As you can see, I'm in my new office. I completely gutted and remodeled this room to be my office slash part-time studio. I'll show you more when everything's done. I wanted to start this year off right, making a new video. I got to drive a Rivian R1S for the first time. It's my first time seeing one in person. It was really awesome. Thanks to Paul for meeting up with me and offering to let me drive it. So basically what I'm going to do is just show you the footage, run through. I asked him some questions, got to drive it, say a few words, and then I'll give my thoughts on what I think about the Rivian R1S. I'm out here with Paul. He picked up his Rivian R1S in Illinois yesterday. How was the trip down?
Oh yeah, it was great. Everything was new because I'm coming out of such an old car.
So what do you come from?
An '06 Honda Ridgeline truck with over 200,000 miles on it, no Bluetooth. So everything about this has been just a wild experience. I experienced my first range anxiety. The very first charger I got to, I had 9 miles to spare, so I was kind of freaking out. But I called my Rivian guide, and they were you're gonna be okay. Turn off your climate control, But it was just so cool. And one of the stops on the way back, I even plugged in and put all the seats down in the back and took a power nap. I literally drove it straight through 9 hours and 50 minutes of actual drive time, and it was necessary to nap on the way back, but it was great. Yeah, awesome trip. I got a factory tour. There's a whole catwalk that goes all the way around the top of the factory. No pictures or videos of that, unfortunately, but yeah, I got to get the full assembly line explanation.
Nice.
And there's sparks flying out, over the catwalk while we're going along. So cool.
That's awesome.
There's tons. They're turning them out quickly. I mean, I don't have experience in manufacturing, but you're seeing the vehicles move from one station to the next. What feels very fast, and there's just a ton of them. Tons.
Yeah,
especially
they're really ramping up.
Yeah,
which is cool. Did you have any problems charging?
No, everything was easy. It says on the EA Electrify America stations, it says very clearly, plug it in first. But I'm ready, gas pump familiar. So I'm even though it says that, here's my card, let's do this. But so I have to remember that, plug it in first.
Yeah.
But no, everything, it was super easy.
Awesome.
Charged, relatively quickly, especially to 80%.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of posts about Electrify America problems recently, so that was my big question is, did you experience any of that? But it sounds good that you didn't have any issues.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all new to me, the experience of needing to charge.
Yeah.
I definitely plan on road tripping it like crazy. With the huge battery in it, I should be able to charge and then go out like on a camping trip and run appliances and use, you know, all the features for a long time.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
Rivian offers even like backcountry rescue. So
nice.
if your battery dies and you're on the Outer Banks, like camping, they will come get you.
That's awesome.
I hope I never get to experience that. But
if you do, make sure you take video.
yeah, I wouldn't miss the opportunity to get some video of my rescue.
Well, I appreciate you coming out and letting me drive it. It's an awesome vehicle. This is, to me, the first real electric SUV. The Model Y, I mean, it's a crossover. The Model X is a nice car, but this has so much room. It's a true SUV. You can actually put a roof rack on top, unlike the Model X. There's a lot more room in the back. The third row is really spacious. I feel comfortable sitting back there. And there's still room behind the rear seats when you're in the third row. I'm gonna check out the third row. So I'm 5'9", and as long as the seat is forward a little, I've got plenty of knee room. I've still got a few inches here in front of my knee, and I'm comfortable. I've got plenty of room above my head. Up top, I've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches, I can't really tell. Above my head, definitely plenty of space in the third row, which is not the case in the third row of a Model Y. It's a little harder when it's up high.
Oh, that's a good point. See the hood, you can watch it drop down. It kind of does this front back thing.
Interesting.
As it lowers.
It's like we're rocking back and forth on a boat.
Yeah.
Alright, is that?
I guess.
Is that it?
Oh yeah, it stopped flashing, so yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
Then how low is low?
It's low. It asks you to make sure there's like nothing in the way.
Yeah, that's such a weird feeling going back and forth.
If you go to sport mode, it kind of like automatically goes into low. Oh, even lower. I really love riding it around like way up tall. It's like the country boy in me that never went away.
Whereas I'd like to go even lower.
Honestly,
I'm
like,
so used to that.
I hope they keep making adjustments, and like it would be rad to like if it would just sit down like right on top of the tires.
Yeah.
Like when it kneels, it doesn't quite do that for obvious reasons.
It's got a bigger turning radius than a Model 3 for sure.
Yeah. Although I'm very happy with the turning radius, it's definitely way better than my Honda Ridgeline.
Visibility is way better than I expected. I
Really?
expected to just see a hood.
Oh yeah. Going down low like this obviously helps quite a lot with that.
Yeah.
Aside from like the going up and down stuff, there's really not any big difference. Like in terms of features, the Tesla and this have pretty much all the same stuff, right?
Yeah.
One thing I do hope Rivian will catch up a little bit on is, well, two things I guess. The autonomous driving stuff it'd be great.
Yeah,
They got a long way to go because there's so much data to collect to be able to do it. And then
at least they put like all the cameras and everything that they need, which isn't true for some of the manufacturers.
yeah, right. Everything's. I was a little worried that they didn't put LiDAR, but I guess it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I said the same thing when I drove the R1T. It's a totally different feeling when you're accelerating like that in a big vehicle
Oh
than
yeah.
it is in a Model 3.
Interesting.
Even though it's the same 0 to 60 It's like just a completely different feeling.
It feels like you're moving a house that fast, you know?
Yeah. I bet I-40's backed up.
It is. That's exactly what. You're right. It's super backed up. Here we go.
Nice.
Still makes me smile.
I was a little bit hesitant. I didn't push it all the way just because it's wet. And it's only wet right there.
Yeah.
It's dry again here. I'll do a U-turn.
I felt like there was a little bit of wheel spin though. Did you feel that?
Yeah. It's probably just because it's just starting to rain.
Yeah, I think there was. Yeah, when it just starts to rain is the worst time, I think, because there's junk on the road that mixes with. Yeah, there was a little bit of wheel spin though.
Just turn around right here. That turn signal sound is really quiet.
Oh yeah, it is. I like it.
Who's that?
I have no idea. I just figured that's a new thing that I'm going to see a lot. There you go.
That's nice.
Yeah. It is so nice. When it is super dry, we'll do like a proper launch. Because that very first second where it just hops off the line like a bullfrog is like, it's a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, it's crazy that the only spot it's raining is right where I wanted to launch it.
It's a sign. Today's not the day, I guess. It's wet, right? Well, that's the same spot. Just these are properly scattered showers. Usually when they say scattered showers, not sure what they mean, but
yeah, it's just this one, not even a quarter-mile stretch. Plus our roads are really crappy. So
they are. They're bad everywhere, it feels like. I live in a small house in my neighborhood. There's some there. But there's a lot of houses in the neighborhood that are really expensive. And even our neighborhood where all the, a lot of the rich folks live, the streets are just all to pieces. Like big holes everywhere. Patches. How about the regenerative braking as compared to the Tesla?
let's see if that was a guy now.
Is it more intense or less intense? When you let off? Or does it apply about the same?
It's about the same. It feels a little different, but it may be because I'm, up high in a large vehicle versus a Model 3 or Y.
That's my favorite new toy. Just can't stand it. It's so awesome.
There's a guy that lives in Bethel with a black Model S. That might have been him, but it's not.
Looks like a local though.
I don't have the confidence of how much room I have in this versus my 3.
I see you being cautious. That's fair. Yeah, I'm the same way, knowing where the edges are. I just don't have it down yet. It's getting better.
That's one thing I'm gonna have to learn for my Cybertruck. Even actually with the Aptera, the front wheels are 88 inches
Wow.
at the front, which is pretty wide.
How does that compare to most vehicles? Is it wider
It's
than the
wider.
3, I
It's
guess?
I mean, it's up there with a big truck, so
Is it?
yeah.
That's interesting.
But you can see them, so it's different. You know, it's a completely different feeling because, I mean, I can't see where the wheels are in this. In the Aptera, you can see those front wheels.
Will the Apteras have all the self-driving tech and stuff that...
They haven't announced what they're using, but rumor is that they're going to have comma.ai. I don't know if you know what that is.
I don't know.
It's basically like a self-contained third-party thing that plugs into your existing car. It doesn't work with every car, but a lot of modern cars, you can just plug it in and it'll drive your car. It mounts up here. It has a camera that faces forward, that's 180, and then one that faces in the cabin, that's 180.
Yeah.
And it plugs into the car, and I mean, it works really well doing basic driving, which is
That's
crazy. I mean, it's probably second best to Tesla
Wow. That's impressive.
for I think $3,000
Where are they getting their data to be able to do it?
just from their fleet.
Okay. I have a small gripe that this isn't sticky enough to keep your phone in place for wireless charging, so it does move around a little bit.
Oh, they didn't put a divider.
So this should be like, either a divider would be fine, or if this was, I don't know, just your phone slips around on it. So I end up still just plugging in instead of using the wireless.
Interesting.
Let's see. Oh yeah, a couple of fun little features you already know about. The speaker down there, right?
No.
So there's a built-in speaker right here that's a Bluetooth speaker that charges while it's in there, and you pull it out and take it with you if you're
Oh.
camping or whatever. And then there's a flashlight in the door.
Yeah, I knew about the flashlight.
Yeah, those are the two kind of like fun little extras. The flashlight is reminiscent of Rolls-Royce's umbrella,
Yeah.
you know, so it's kind of cool, but the utilitarian version of luxury. It didn't wind up that fast that time, did it?
Maybe because we're not in sport.
Oh yeah, that's right. What do you charge to max most of the time, like at home?
90%.
90, really?
Yeah.
This has an option to stop it at like 70 and 85 and 100. And 70 is a little lower than I want to go. So maybe 85 is not so bad.
Yeah, I would say 85. Something.
Oh yeah, another little gripe. You'll feel this. The reverse is like jerky.
Yeah. Every car is different in their, like, the lines. So, like, the feel, I'm so used to mine. But it is nice having the bird's eye.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't gotten used to watching this yet.
Yeah, I'm not
The
used to it.
The bird's eye is rad. It just looks cool.
It's very impressive, and can't wait to see more of these on the road. I think you're the first in the area, though.
Probably the first R1S. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely some trucks. Even one of my neighbors like got a truck like several months ago, which just like it just hurts so bad to like see it. But yeah, I think, you know, all the R1Ss you see right now, nobody's owned one for long, so everybody's having like a new experience.
Yeah.
Anyone you see, they're probably still cheesing, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think you'll be cheesing for years.
Yeah, I think you're right. Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, dude. Definitely.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So, final thoughts on the Rivian R1S. I personally think this is the best electric true SUV that you can buy. Now, if you're talking crossovers, the Model Y is an excellent vehicle. Obviously, we have one. We love it. But it's not a true SUV. Even the Model X, as awesome as that vehicle is, it's not a true SUV. You can't put a cargo rack on top. You can't put really big things in the back due to the sloped rear end. for people looking for a true full-size SUV, the Rivian R1S is the only thing out right now. There are a few more coming out soon, but I love the Rivian R1T as well. I think it's an excellent truck. Not my style, obviously. I'm waiting for the Cybertruck. But the Rivian R1T is an awesome truck. It's very capable. It's great in just about every way. And likewise, the Rivian R1S is an amazing SUV. If you're looking for an electric SUV, look into this. There is one variant of the R1S that will qualify for the new 2023 tax credit. The rest of them will not. I believe it is the all-wheel drive dual motor. So if you can price that out under $80,000, it will qualify for the $7,500 tax credit. Still expensive. It's not a cheap vehicle by any means, but if you're in the market for a higher end SUV, something in the 70 to 80 plus range anyway, definitely give this one a look. Between the savings in gas over a giant SUV, which is a lot of gas money, and just the experience of owning it, it's going to be great. Now, I will say there is a lot of negativity right now going on with the Electrify America stations and other CCS stations in the US. I think this is going to be a huge blocker for the adoption of other brands of EVs other than Tesla. Now, Tesla is supposedly going to open up their supercharger network to allow other vehicles to use it. But of course, those rumors were before they opened up their charge port standard. So what they may require is actually putting the NACS Tesla charge port in the vehicles for them to use it. We don't know yet. But if they do some kind of adapter, or if they come out with supercharger stalls that have a CCS plug on that, then that concern is gone. But just be aware that if you are buying a Rivian or any other brand of EV, that the charging network is not great. Now, Paul got lucky. He had no problems from the factory in Illinois to here in Asheville, North Carolina. No problems charging. But if you follow Kyle from Out of Spec or Brandon Flash, you're going to see tons of issues. But that said, the vehicle itself is awesome. I love it. A friend of mine that was with me that was doing the filming, he has a Model Y, as you saw in the video. His wife is very interested in this vehicle. I would say that there's a good chance they may order one. He loved it too. Hope you like the new backdrop. My sound quality should be improved. Might be a little echoey right now. I don't have anything on the walls, but that also will improve in the coming weeks. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.